Let's go.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your
favorite podcast.
Griffin with Griffin, yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Riffin with Griffin.
Griffin, yeah.
Okay, Rachel, you don't.
Griffin with Griffin, baby.
There's the singing mic to Mrs. Griffin.
Griffin with Griffin.
I got embarrassed.
All right, well, welcome back to the podcast. I'm back with Rachel. We're starting from the beginning with Rachel because, she said she loves Marvel movies. So we watched a Marvel movie. We watched Iron Man, and she's going to review it. So welcome back to Riffin with Griffin. Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah.
All right, so welcome back to the podcast. You can take the headphones off now if you want, all right? Just make sure you talk into the mic.
No,
okay?
I like having them on.
Oh, you do? Okay, well, fine. You like having them on. Rachel likes having the headphones on, so we'll keep the headphones on. Okay, so welcome back to Riffin with Griffin, starting from the beginning. Riffin with the Griffins, maybe the new working title. I don't know if we're going to keep Rachel on by popular demand. But Rachel's back, and how you doing, babe?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on 3 weeks in a row. It's an honor. It's an honor. It's a pleasure. It is
Rachel,
so fun.
why are you talking in your podcast voice?
Babe,
Just be you.
because this is me.
Oh, by the way, you have on a beautiful dress
Thank
today.
you.
You look very nice.
2 shades of pink.
Yeah, 2 shades of pink.
You look very handsome yourself.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks to you. One of the shirts that you bought me.
You're not wearing your new glasses. Is there a reason?
No, I grabbed the glasses from the side. When I get up, I have 2 pairs of glasses and I just grab one. I don't think about which one is which.
Oh, okay.
I know you like the other ones better. I'll try to remember to wear those.
No, it's not that I like them better. It's just they're newer. So it's like.
So you like them better? What?
No, I just want you to wear what we bought together.
We didn't even buy them together.
Yeah,
oh, that's
we
right. We
did.
did buy. We were in Beverly Hills. We bought those together. Yeah. What are they? What's the name of the company?
Persol.
Persol. Yeah, I've never had any Persols. They're nice.
Yeah.
Shout out to Persol. They're very nice glasses. If there's any other glasses companies that want to send me glasses, because I get my lenses from this like online lens company. It's pretty good. You just send the glasses. You do the order and you send the glasses, and then they come. They send you. You get them with the prescription in, and it's pretty reasonable price, and it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
You just keep looking at your notes.
Well, I wanted to make sure my phone was on so they were ready to go.
You're not supposed to. Rachel accepted the challenge of. I said to her, because like last week she was talking about, I watch Marvel movies. I love Marvel movies. You never watch them with me, so I was like, all right, let's watch a Marvel movie, then you'll review it, And so like she held me to it. She was like, when are we watching the movie? So, and then I told her to first, like, because what do you like to do? She likes to Google stuff. So what did you first Google?
What is the best Marvel movie ever?
And like Black Panther came up, which I completely disagree with.
Yeah, it was number 1 on Rotten Tomatoes and had the highest review of all Marvel movies. And so I was like, let's watch this one. And you were like, you gave me that weird attitude.
Yeah.
So I went to the second best, Iron Man. You still had a weird reaction.
My reaction was simply because it's interesting that it's Iron Man, because literally Iron Man is basically the first movie that starts the MCU. Do you know what the MCU is?
Okay, so that explains a lot, because that's why I never actually started Marvel movies, because I never knew where to start.
Oh, that's the reason?
Yeah, because it's like I don't want to spoil something that happened, because everyone's like, oh, you can't watch this until you watch that.
All right, that makes sense.
And so then I never really knew where to start, and I figured one day someone will teach me.
All right, well, here we are. You know what? We're going to start this adventure together, and we're starting with Iron Man.
And
Okay.
it was a great start.
Okay, so
I now know why it's number 2 on Rotten Tomatoes. It's so good, guys. Everyone needs to watch it.
I don't even believe you right now, but we're gonna get to the Iron Man review, but first we're just gonna recap our week and then stuff, and then because here's a big thing that's coming up. Halloween's coming up, and so that's one of her favorite holidays, and so she's like got our costumes together, right? So what are we gonna be this year?
I'm not trying to ruin our costume. They will see our costumes. I will be on the episode, right? And I will have a cameo and we'll show our costumes and it will be great.
Okay, I guess we're doing it that way.
I think that's the best way. You want to ruin it? Spoil alert?
No, you just said the cutest, silliest joke that I wanted to you to say on the thing, but I guess we'll wait. Shout out to my buddy Tyler Osteen in Florida. I think his boyfriend makes these candles called what is this? Centicles? Oh, what a name. Centicles. And this is I don't know. Just shout out to them. Centicles. I don't know. All right. Well, since we're not going to do we're excited because we're going to go to my buddy Adam Ray's wedding in Arizona.
We talked about that last week, but we can't give any details.
And no. Oh, you're right. Look at you all over it right now. Damn. I had a big podcast day because I just went and did King and the Sting, and it's like I don't know if we're going to change the name. I don't know what they're doing, but we did that podcast. That's way out in Calabasas, and now I'm home now with you. You got yourself ready, which is nice, and I guess we're I don't know, we're ready to go.
Do you want to say anything about this past week?
What anything that sticks out for you for this past week?
Nope. That's why I was asking you.
I don't know. I guess we're a pretty boring married couple now, huh?
Yeah, we work and we sleep and we eat.
We work, we sleep, and we eat. I don't know.
And then we repeat.
Did you know? What do you think about? Here's something I'll ask you about. I don't know if you saw this in the news, but did you see how Ray J was mad at Kim Kardashian because?
Oh yeah, I did see that. That was very interesting.
Yeah, he's mad because she was like, I think because you watched the Hulu show, so apparently on the Hulu show, she sort of inferred that he did something to her while she was asleep. She said on the show something about he put something in her butt while she was asleep.
Oh, I've never heard that one. It was all I know is that on the first episode, spoiler alert, her son finds or is playing Roblox and then sees an ad for their sex tape.
Right. Some second sex tape
came up again. Yeah. And so then I read that they were in actuality, Kim and her mom actually own the rights to the videos. And so he was saying that they released it.
Okay, so what do you think about that? What do you think about
But then she did a lie detector
I'm asking you a
test.
question.
Okay, let me finish though. The mom, Kris Jenner, took a lie detector test
that she had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, that she had nothing to do with it.
Do you believe the lie detector test? You think she's smart enough to fool the lie detector test?
I mean, maybe.
So you don't think she had anything to do with? Because here's what I think.
Okay.
Kim Kardashian is a grown ass woman. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that she did this, and then if she could have went to her mom and been like, "Mom, I did something. I did this. I made this tape." And then this company is going to buy it. And then at that point, do you think her mom was like, well, if it's going to be out there, let's make sure you get the best deal.
That's a possibility.
What do you think about, if that's the possibility, what do you think of that?
It explains a lot of why they're trying to promote it on the show.
I mean, so what I'm saying is
it creates controversy. It creates people talking like us even talking about it.
No, I know. But what I'm saying though is there's some people that think that the mom's a monster, that she,
she's a businesswoman.
Okay. So that's your.
So men like to look at businesswomen as monsters. That's fine.
Oh, woo-hoo. And there it is. Fair point. Okay.
If it was a guy who did it to a guy, then it would just be a smart manager.
Okay, so you think that if a father, so you think, okay, so I'm the father, and my son comes to me, my in my 20s son comes to me, and he says, "Dad, I made this sex tape, and this company wants to pay us this amount of money."
And she's fine as fuck. You would be like, let's promote it. Let's put it on the show. Let's re-release it.
How would they say it?
Foin, like Foin. Foin.
Okay. All right. So you think that, so you're saying you think that society would just be like, oh, that's just a dad looking out for his kid. So the reverse of that, you're saying that it should be okay for the mom to be like, make sure her daughter looks good in the best light.
I would hope so.
I feel so we have a daughter. And in 20 years, our daughter is like, "Hey, mom, dad, I don't be mad, but I made this sex tape with."
We would be like,
this
"Well,
rapper.
you need to sign up for OnlyFans. You need,
Okay, this is this is very interesting to hear.
It probably won't even exist then. Or
It'll be something else,
yeah.
probably like virtual reality or something like that.
Right, but we would make sure she's on the right.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't think the dad would want to be involved or even know about, because I think that would be creepy or weird. It would be weird if the dad's like, all right, let me see all 3 sex tapes.
I mean, well, let's even put it in, like, say it was Britney Spears' dad doing it to her.
Oh, interesting.
And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, he's just...
Well, he already got vilified for all he was doing.
Well, right. Well, maybe she's the villain then.
Who, the mom?
Chris.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you. It's you don't have to. I'm just asking your honest opinion. I mean, how do you feel about it? Like, because there are people out there who think this is the worst thing in the world and you shouldn't defend. Like, I'm not defending Kris Jenner in any way. All I'm saying is I understand, depending on at what point does she get involved in it. Like, if she orchestrated the whole thing, I think she's a monster. Like, if she went to her daughter and be like, you should make a sex tape with him, then I'm like, ugh, I don't know, like that.
But I think it needed both of her and Kim's approval in order to and maybe even Ray J's approval.
Oh, he got money too. He had to approve. He can't just you can't just use his likeness without his approval. So of course he approved of it too, because they got paid a lot of money.
But that's why he was upset, because now he has like a family and stuff.
No, because they're making it seem like he did something. It was all him or something.
Well, they're making it seem like Kanye, in the show, like Kanye, like acts like a superhero and like saves the day.
Like it vilified him. Like he had to go over there and give me that computer, you know?
Yeah. And he like came back to the Kardashians. He's like, I got it. And I paid money and I won, you know? And then they're like, here's the computer. Yeah. And then she's like, thank you, Kanye.
Yeah. It was like that. It actually was like that. But this is what I'm saying. He later... Let me see if I can find it, because he later was talking about it. He was saying like, that he wanted to sue her for defamation because she was saying on the show that, he feels like maybe he did something to her while she was asleep, and which is assault. So he was like, hey, I got kids now. Don't be acting like I was the villain in this whole thing. We both were involved in this, you know. But anyways, my real thing I wanted to ask you about was just about like, like if we want to be parents, and like, and what role should any parent play in the, monetization of their, kid, or, if they're a grown ass adult. I maintain this. I think it's about the timeline. Like, I am totally against this. If Kris Jenner actually orchestrated the whole thing, if she like encouraged her, hey, go make a sex tape with him, then I'm like, ugh. But like, if her daughter, who's a grown ass woman, comes to her mom because they have that kind of relationship, and she goes, hey, mom, I know you're not going to like this, but I made a sex tape and this company wants to buy, what do you think? And then if the mom was like, oh, I can't believe you did this, but you know what? You did it. So let's get the best out of it. I don't know I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I could see her being like, let's look at the contracts. Let's negotiate.
Yeah, but would you want to look at the tapes? Would you want to make sure it's the best one? Like, what do you think that's weird for the mom to be like, all right, let's look at all of them. Okay,
I
zip
mean, I
through.
didn't even think of that. Like, would they, like, what if you agree to like release the tapes, to this a company, and then they decide to re-edit it how they want, and then you weren't.
Well, I mean, that's different. I mean, at that point, if you're giving them the rights to the movie, they could do whatever they want with it. But what I'm saying is, let's say there's 3 tapes, and you're only going to give them one of them. How do you decide which one? Would you want, like, what's so funny about this is your mom would never do this.
My mom would disown me.
Like you would, I can't even see you going to your mom and being like, Mom, I made a sex tape. Which one do you think I should release? I mean, it just, that's not.
She'd be like, you need to get a lawyer. She'd be like, I don't know this.
She'd take you right to temple.
I mean, even with modeling, she was always like, I don't know anything, Rachel. You need to go find someone who knows this stuff.
Well, that's fair. I mean, you wouldn't want to see that. Nobody would want to see that. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know where it is in the timeline. I'm just saying, like, if Kris Jenner actually looked at these tapes.
Well, if you actually, like, I did read that there are 3 different tapes.
Yeah.
And they acknowledged, like, what one was what. And so.
But I'm saying, do you think that it was, what kind of feeling do you get if the mom was later now involved in the business, the contracts, making sure which tape went out, if she orchestrated that part of it? What do you think about that?
I'm fine with it. She's
if she has that kind of relationship with her daughter.
Yeah, and she does. And
yeah, she obviously does, because they turned into $1 billion business.
Yeah, so I don't know how to answer the question other than, like, she's supporting her daughter.
All right. Because there's people out there who, like, feel this. There's people that feel a certain way about it. Like, they're, I like I say, like, I don't know. Like, I think, like, as a man, like, that wants to be a dad, I don't know how I would feel about that. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, if my wife, like, because she was single at the time too, but like if you come to me and be like, hey, whatever our daughter's gonna name is, if Jeannie Ray, whatever her name was, with a G, if she,
oh my God.
whoever the name is, we'll do a poll what the name should be. If you come to me and go, hey, she did something, and I'll be like, what? She made this sex tape, and there's this company, there's money involved. I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to make sure, if it's all about money and business, then yeah. Because there's another side of it too, where the parents could be totally like, no, I do not want you putting that out. Do not do that. This is a bad idea. And then your daughter just makes the choice on her own because she's a grown-ass woman. I mean, that's the thing. So the question is, like, how do you feel about the parents' involvement?
I think it's fine, Eric.
Okay. I just want to make sure. All right.
I think it shows a lot of like Kim to, like, want her parents to be involved.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I want to tell you, I agree with you. I feel like,
because if I was that mom, I would appreciate her coming to me instead of finding out a different way.
Right. I guess that's another way to look at it. It's like, how supportive do you want to be? I get it. It just is what it is.
Family is supposed to be your, like, support system, your backbone. So if you couldn't come to those people, that would be sad.
Yeah, I agree. Look at you. All right. One topic down. Here's another one.
Okay.
You remember that girl, what's her name? She was on Dr. Phil, Catch Me Outside, whatever her name is. Lil Baby or Baby something or Baby Boo, or I feel so old right now. Let me Google it on my phone. Catch Me Outside girl. What's her name? She's like a rapper now. And apparently she proved that she made $50 million on OnlyFans. You know that? Did you hear about that?
How so? By
Just
showing
being
provocative
Yeah,
stuff?
probably, yeah. Bad, what's her name? Bhad Bhabie.
So you're just telling people to go check her out?
No, I mean, Rachel, people already know. I don't know. I just saw this art. This is not why I'm bringing it up. I'm bringing it up because I believe that Harvard is asking her to come speak. Here we go. The Catch Me Outside woman has been invited to speak at Oxford. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oxford is
college,
one of the most prestigious colleges in the world. It's in England, I believe. And, she's now 19. Her name's Daniela. So she started rapping and doing all this stuff and making an OnlyFans account. She made all this money. And it's like, what do you think about this really prestigious school having her come speak?
I think it's just a place to get her word out, and they want to offer that to her. So that's great. I think everyone should be able to tell their story. And if it's at a prestigious school, cool. If it's on a podcast, that's cool too. It's...
Well, you know what? It's again, I think we're on the same page because I was thinking about it. It's like, so there is a element of people thinking like, where they have this like, she was on OnlyFans and like she was so ratchet on like in her beginning in her early years. But then I started to think to myself, all right, so what's the real story when you step back and look at the picture? So here's a girl that had a tough start. Obviously, not the greatest home environment because that's why she was acting like that and was on Dr. Phil anyway, right? Because she was like crazy, like just acting up, and then she got it together. She's like she monetized all of her attention.
And
she
likability,
likability, attractiveness, and she monetized all that and turned it into like turned into a mogul. And so now she wants to go. Oxford's like, hey, come speak at our college and talk to other people about your journey. So it's like, it's really about like how we feel about like what people do, like, sex work and things like that. Like, and here she is like, become this business mogul that made $50 million. Let's see what she does with it next. It just was like weird. I didn't know how I felt about it. My initial thing was like, what? And then I thought like, well, look what she did. It's not easy. Like if everybody can make $50 million on OnlyFans, we'd all be doing it.
Well, it's a whole lifestyle choice, OnlyFans, because it's like you have to like think like, okay, this is going to be on the internet. People could like, I mean, you're not supposed to, but people could record it on a different phone through the phone. So it's like, it's going to be out there. And so you have to be okay with it. And you have to like know that you can't get a normal job after that because like no one's going to hire you knowing that they could just Google your naked stuff. And I mean, I've heard stories where people have to quit their jobs because their bosses find out they're on OnlyFans.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, it's fine because they're making so much money that they don't care about their other jobs. But like you have to make that choice. And for me, I wouldn't do it because the type of career I'm trying to get.
Yeah, I totally get that. Here's another thing that she did too is like she launched a $1.7 million scholarship fund. It's a nonprofit educational foundation which she sees 1,000 trade school students give $1,000 scholarships for their education. So like, you know what I mean? Like she's doing like.
So she's doing communities or not community service, but like giving back.
Well, she's doing
to
a
the
community service and she's giving back to the community. So it's like, it's very, I guess it doesn't matter where you start. It's about what you do with it in the end. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. What do you guys feel about it in the comments and stuff? What do you think about, her going to Oxford? Can you divorce yourself from what you remember of her, all the negative stuff they showed about her? And what do you think about her now as like a young entrepreneur? She monetized all this and turned it into a little empire for herself. And now she's trying to give back. Like, what do you think about it? All right. Thank you, Rachel, for your thoughts on that.
Just more your thoughts, but because I don't even know much about.
Well, that's why I asked you about it. I just thought about it. I remember because here's the thing. I was normally going to do my podcast normal.
Yeah, I don't know much about anything you just asked me. The last two topics, the only two topics we talked about, I have no idea. So
yeah, but you watched the Kardashians. You forced me to watch the Kardashians.
Yeah, but I don't like research the Kardashians.
I think you do.
I didn't.
I think you did. Well, next time when a pre-topic like you, I'll have you let.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I'll let you be prepared like you are for this next topic.
Thank you, because I like to be prepared.
I see that now. Okay, so now we know moving forward on the Riffin with Griffins.
We need topic approval by me.
Okay. So last week, as you know, Rachel claims she likes Marvel movies, and like I don't watch them with her because she normally doesn't like violence and adventure stuff. But okay, people change. So we sat down and we watched Iron Man. So this is Rachel's Iron Man review. Rachel, take it away. What did you think of Iron Man first?
Okay, overall, I loved it. I thought it was a great movie from beginning to end. I cried, I laughed,
You
felt
cried?
every emotion like usual when it's a good movie. And so,
Please, you cry when it's a bad movie. It doesn't have to be a good movie. You still cry.
okay, well, it gave me those emotions. And so I appreciate it.
Okay, so in your okay for you, so tell me what Iron Man was about.
Okay. Here we go. First, he
Who's
was
he?
just this guy. What's his name?
What's his name?
The owner of Stark Industries.
Tony.
Okay, Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Let me look at my notes, guys. This is why I make notes. Okay, and he was played by Robert Downey Jr.
Oh wow! So you really like she?
I didn't know who that was. I
You
was
don't
like,
know
is
who
that
Robert-
Tom Hanks? Is that
Is that Uma Thurman?
and then it was Gwyneth Paltrow as Pepper, his assistant. Oh my God. I didn't even know she was in this. To be honest, I know Gwyneth Paltrow just off Goop. Which
a
is
whole other
which
story.
is her company.
Yeah.
And then
She owns that company?
yeah.
The one
And
even
then
with the
eat
show?
that Goop restaurant.
Oh.
Yeah, she
Even the sex show is about
yeah, Goop.
well,
That's
you
how
know
I
what?
know her.
We're gonna talk about Goop next week. But go on.
And so
Iron Man.
seeing her little cameo at first, I was like, oh my God.
It wasn't a cameo. She was
She was the second to best character. Or she was the best character in my opinion, but like
really Pepper Potts was the best character in the movie, not Iron Man, not Tony Stark.
she killed it. Now I know why she has Goop as her empire. I understand. She's so great.
Okay.
I took it as like she blew her part out of the water because like instead of thinking of the movie as like acting, like it became real. She like made it more real. Like he was
Okay, so let's go on about what the movie was about.
okay. Tony Stark.
So Tony Stark, go on.
He owned this company that made weapons for the government.
Okay.
And he made this giant missiles.
Okay.
And he got famous for it. And so like people around the world saw his missiles and they were like, we need those missiles. And so basically the guy that also works for Tony Stark, what's his name?
I don't even remember his name.
He's an important character, but
It was the second man guy that was helping him run the company.
Yeah, he was like he sent him on this trip and he knew what he was doing, but you don't find that out till later.
Okay.
And then
Spoiler alert, by the way.
also, by the way, I'm not that great at telling back things in the right order. So let's
No, but
see
this is
how we
great.
do.
I love this. This is what we wanted to do. We're doing the Iron Man review with Rachel Griffin, but go on. Okay, so Tony's okay. What happened now?
Okay, so they sent him to what is it, Afghanistan or something like that.
Someplace like that.
And he gets like put in a cave. He gets captured. Well, okay, they blow up all the military people. They capture him, and then they make him build the missile that he's famous for in Stark Industries. And so he's like, he is there captured in the cave with another guy who's really smart, and he can translate for him.
Yeah.
And so he translates everything that the villains are saying, and they're like, you need to build this missile, otherwise they're going to kill us. And so he was like, I'm not going to build no missile for these, these people.
That's how you said it? Okay.
Well, he was more like, I'm not gonna do that. Nope.
That's your Tony Stark voice?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
And then the other guy in there, he was the smart guy. I wish he lived more than he did, but he was like,
oh, spoiler alert, that guy dies. Go on.
yeah. He was like, use your power. You could, if you're gonna die tomorrow, do something about, prove something.
I know. I think you skipped the whole thing there, but go on.
Really?
Yeah. Because he's in the cave, and what happens in the cave?
For some reason, he is clean. He's well shaven. He has fresh clothes. Like, how? It's a cave. Okay.
All right. I like that.
But instead of building a missile, he tricks them and secretly builds an Iron Man suit. And before that though, the smart guy,
right?
He's like a doctor or surgeon too.
Yeah. The guy was a doctor,
and so he was like, after he got captured, he realized he was going to die. And so he fixed him and he put this thing in his heart to like, what? There's this liquid and like bugs or something in his body.
It was an electromagnet because there was shrapnel in his heart.
What's it called?
Shrapnel from the bomb.
Yeah.
And so then it
looks like ants.
Yeah, but it was like
but it's like metal.
Right. So he was like, so the magnet kept it from going in his heart.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And so it was like a can of soup type mechanism.
Okay.
And so he used that can of soup liquid. What's it called? Shrapnel?
No, the shrapnel. No.
Shrapnel.
That's what he did. So he didn't create anything in there to say help power. Remember all that?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so we'll just skip past that.
We'll just skip past that.
So the Iron Man suit.
Important.
The Iron Man suit was powered by soup.
Well, the heart tin powered it.
Okay.
And the smart guy was able to distract the people long enough to get uploaded smartness into his suit. And then he was able to have superhuman strength and airplane power. And he used that to shoot. That sound was him shooting out of his hand. He had
I think the people at home
flamethrowers out of the hands and the feet.
Okay.
And that's his suit's superpower.
Okay.
Because most Marvel movies like Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, they have a superpower.
Okay, hold on. Let me stop you right there. So Marvel, you said Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Superman is not Marvel, nor is Batman. That's actually DC.
Okay.
Totally different universes.
So you're saying Marvel doesn't have superpowers. They have just suit powers.
No, I'm not saying that. Iron Man just has suit powers, but Superman and Batman are in a whole different universe.
Okay. Well, forget about those people. And we're going to go back to this suit.
Okay.
That has powers. And really, if you think about it, it's brain powers by that smart guy.
Mm-hmm. So you think it wasn't Tony Stark, it was the other guy.
Well, it's both. Because Tony Stark actually, I mean, I don't know if you know this about me, but I went to school for mechanical engineering for 5 years.
I know this about you.
Okay. And it really impressed me that they made this character like a gearhead, kind of like someone who
Tony Stark.
Yeah, who's smart enough to like build cars, to build engines, to build like these missiles, and like that's what like got my attention from the start because they show his garage and like his machines.
Okay, well, let's stay on topic with the movie because you're still doing your recap.
Okay.
So they're in the cave. He's got the suit. He's doing the flamethrowers.
And then he kills them all and flies away. And then he realizes his suit can only go so far up in the universe. And so the universe kind of kills his suit. And because he didn't make it strong enough, because he didn't know. Because this is his first time building the suit, you know.
He was just trying to escape.
And so the atmosphere kills the suit. He falls to the ground,
So you don't
ends
think
up in the desert. And then a miracle. He's walking for 5 minutes and a miracle happens.
What's the miracle?
Military from the United States come and fly over him and he waves them down. They see him. They see him and come rescue
Maybe they saw
him.
the thing fly and fall. They saw the explosion. Maybe that's how they found him.
Maybe.
Okay, so all right, then what happens?
Okay, let me think. Then
Babe.
then they take him back and they like give him a superhero award for like being alive. And
Did they? There was an award in there.
yeah, I think they gave him an award. There,
Okay.
he wasn't
that-
there,
That
but the other guy took the award. And
okay. That was in the beginning of the movie, in the backstory of before he went to the cave.
okay.
Not when he was rescued,
Oh,
but
yeah. I mean, same thing. It doesn't really matter that order. We just know that.
okay. So then what? Okay, so he's back. Okay, and then what happens?
And then he was like, I've been through trauma, guys, and I am no longer a weapon company. I am going to make peace with the Middle East. And I am going to transform this company into something that helps instead of deconstructs.
Okay, then what happens?
The
So far, so good.
the VP guy was like, this is a weapons company and you are about to kill our stock. And of course, stock goes down. They take him out. They're like, you no longer run this company.
Right.
We're taking over. We have people and goodbye. And so Tony Stark was like upset at first. But then he was like, you know what? I'm going to go to my garage. I'm going to build that suit and even better. And
Right.
I'm going to show them what kind of company this is.
Got you. So he.
And it's a suit company now. And
he's making his Brook Brothers now. It's a
Yeah.
suit company.
and
Okay.
Pepper is his right hand woman. And every time she comes in, he's like, thank you. Thank you, Pepper. Actually, I really like that name, Pepper. We might go with a P name.
Pepper Griffin.
Yeah. Salt, pepper.
So Pepper Griffin. Salt, and Pepper's here.
Okay, anyway.
All right, so he's now a suit company. So what does he do?
And his heart wasn't working to the potential he could make it. And so he had Pepper put in the heart can of soup. And basically she was like, ew, gross, but then
Right.
did it and then liked it. And I think that bonded them even more, to be honest.
This is great.
was
This is
like-
great because this is like you saw a completely different movie than me.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, but go on. This is great. Okay, so the heart has been changed with the soup and it's nasty. She liked it. He's making a soup company, and then
war breaks out somewhere,
Uh-huh.
and oh no, the VP guy sells the missiles to the villains
gotcha.
for some reason.
Right.
Well, probably for money reasons.
Yeah.
And also the villain people were like really upset because they were like, Tony Stark disappeared and You know, they didn't
'Cause
get
he
their
escaped.
missiles.
Right. He was supposed to make the missile for him, and he didn't. He made the suit. He escaped, and now
So the VP gave him their missiles.
the VP. His name was Jebediah, I believe, in the movie.
And then Tony Stark was like, I told you I wasn't going to give those missiles, and we're not a missile company anymore.
Right.
So he put on his suit,
From his new suit company.
learned his superpowers, which were like airplane,
Flying.
airplane stuff. Like he could levitate a little. He could fly. He could shoot out flames. And so he realized, well, you know, he did this type of testing with us.
Yes.
And it kind of made it more real. You know, like he wasn't.
I totally agree with you.
He
right
wasn't like all of a sudden.
now. Yeah.
He knew his superpowers. He knew how to do everything. He like. We were brought along this journey of him training to be the best.
And it made it seem real.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. Okay, now we're on the same page. That montage of him learning how to, that all made it like, oh, this could be possible. That was great filmmaking, but go on.
Yeah. And so he learned his powers and he flew out of nowhere and just arrived at the missiles. Saved everyone in the town at that point because this boy was gonna miss his dad, and they took the dad away, and they
were gonna kill the dad,
and so he saved him just in time, of course,
right?
And blew up the missile, blew up everyone, let the community take charge of the
one bad guy,
yeah, and then flew back. And then, but on his way back, they were like, it's American Shield, you know, something like that. And so military was getting involved, and they're like, that's not us. That's, you know, someone else.
Right.
And then they're like, wait, is it us? And then the military guy that's like best friends with Stark, John, what was his name? Tony.
Tony. Okay.
He called him and he was like, "Where are you?" And he was like, "Oh, nowhere." But he could hear like him flying. But he's like, "Oh, I'm in my car." And then he reveals that it's actually him flying, and he had to kind of keep it a secret. But he was like, "Oh, like, don't kill that guy." And so American like military, they couldn't even get him anyway.
And Iron Man suit's pretty good.
So they end up coming back, and the military guy had to be like, sorry, we were testing. That's what they say when they accidentally kill someone. and so that's how, you know, then Tony had to do a press conference and be like, I'm not Iron Man. But then he was like, I am, though. That was a little confusing at that press conference.
But I'm saying that was at the end of the movie. You skipped the whole.
It wasn't.
It was.
No.
Yeah.
No. It was right in the middle.
You skipped the whole fight. So he comes.
What fight?
What do you mean? What fight?
What fight are you talking about?
The fight. Okay, never mind. This is your review. Go ahead.
Thank you. So at the press conference, he like used his like masculinity of like, I need to tell them I'm the hero.
Okay. You think that was a mistake?
Mistake.
Okay. And then what happened?
Oh, I forgot the whole thing that he slept with the interviewer girl.
Yeah, that was way in the beginning of the movie.
Oh my God. I can't believe I forgot that. Super womanizing movie. Okay. I'm so disappointed in Marvel that they even like made that type of character to be like, oh, she's hot, I'll take the interview. But that's when we see his Malibu mansion.
Right.
Or it wasn't a mansion. It was like,
yes, I know. It was like a compound or something.
It was everyone's fantasy house.
Yeah. So don't you understand why the reporter went to his place then?
Yeah. I mean, I would go.
Yeah. Okay. So that's
a little hypocritical. Okay. Anyway,
Oh, you just gonna gloss over that?
Well,
All
that's
right.
when you first see his house,
Okay.
mansion.
Uh-huh.
And that's when you realize, like, oh, this guy is like, he has everything, you know? And
Mhm.
so when he sleeps with the interviewer, you're kind of like thinking, well, is she going to like write about him negatively? Is she going to like exploit him? Is she going to be his love interest?
Okay.
But Pepper made it very clear. She was like, I'm taking out the trash and you are the trash. So please gather your stuff and please leave.
So this is all out of order, but that's fine. It's your recap.
Yeah, super out of order, but I just had to put that in there because
Okay.
that did happen.
So then what happened?
Okay, so let's go back. So then during the press conference
Uh-huh.
where we were, the interviewer lady was there and she's like, yeah, that's how he revealed that he was Iron Man.
Okay.
Because she was like
Yeah.
inferring and then whatever.
And then what?
And then Pepper was like, I'm not going to help you be Iron Man because you're going to die.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, I need you. And then he shows up to this party and she's in this amazing dress and
Uh-huh.
her hair and makeup are perfect. And she
Right.
does this turn. She goes, oh. And he sees her at that point and he falls in love. He's like, he helped my heart. She helped my heart.
I don't even know if we watched the same movie, but go on.
She's given looks.
Okay.
You know, she has her Louis Vuittons.
Uh-huh.
And she gets later, you see her walking with her red bottoms on glass.
Yeah, okay.
Like, that's real, but that's how she got goop for sure.
Okay, and so then what?
Okay. Anyway, so after the press conference, he, the other guy, the VP guy, decides that he is also going to make the Iron Man suit
Okay.
and fight Iron Man.
Uh-huh.
And he goes to Tony Stark's house and kind of was like, he's shocked. He like, well, first he goes to the villain's country
Uh-huh.
and like uses that
Weird technology.
that freezes them, that
Yeah.
they can't move for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And so
Gets rid of them.
yeah. And
He-
then he does the same thing to Tony
Uh-huh.
and
Okay.
then gets all his like suit information
Uh-huh.
plans
Okay.
and then takes it back to the warehouse and
Uh-huh.
tells his people from Stark Industries to build this for him.
Okay.
And they were like, oh, we can't because it doesn't work properly.
Right.
And then he had to figure out like, oh, that metal tin can that's in his chest,
The suit.
that's what
Yeah.
powers it.
Okay.
And so that's why he stuns the guy and takes his heart.
The guy, Tony.
Tony, yeah.
Uh,
And then Tony was like, he needed to go down to his office and he had Pepper's gift,
which was the old one.
the old heart.
Yeah.
And he was like, I got to put this in. And for some reason, he couldn't do it himself the first 2 times. But all of a sudden now he was able to take it out and put it in himself.
This is plot holes with Rachel.
That didn't make sense very
Okay.
much, but like we
All right.
went with it.
We went with it.
Pepper shows up. She's like, oh my God, let me help.
Uh-huh.
And then
And then what?
happily ever after.
All right. The end, huh?
Let me think about it.
Okay. Just overall, you enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
You enjoyed the movie, and it was for you. It was a nice love story.
Oh yeah. And then I watched like behind the scenes stuff and I
Uh-huh.
learned some stuff. So let me
What'd you
tell you
learn?
what I learned.
Okay.
Okay. So the director, executive producer,
Mm-hmm.
John
Favreau.
Favreau.
Yeah, he was in the movie.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He
Oh.
was the driver
Yeah.
in the movie and that was really interesting.
Yeah.
Because if I were to make well, first of all, I would love to be in a Marvel movie.
All right, put it out there. Put that energy out there.
You could be the superhero.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll be your love interest.
Uh-huh.
Obviously. I mean, how could you resist me?
How could I, babe?
Yeah. I mean, or I'll be the superhero and you'll be my love interest.
Oh, okay. That could work too.
Yeah. Okay. So that's number one. Or
what else?
I would love to make my own superhero movie.
Okay.
Because
what would your superhero movie be?
That's why he made this movie, because that Iron Man was his favorite.
Yeah.
So that's why he was so passionate about it, and that's why it's so good.
Yeah. And it started a whole franchise of movies.
Okay. I also learned that for the suit, there was multiple people involved. Like there was a suit consultant. Okay. There was an illustrator of the suit. There was an animator of the suit. There was a storyboard artist for the suit. There was the CAD artist, 3D animation of this suit. And there were multiple suits in, like Tony Stark actually made multiple suits in the movie. Like 3 suits, right?
I don't know.
And then they made 4, whatever. And anyways, I thought that was really interesting that there were so many people involved in just like one part of it.
All right. So overall, I'm hearing from you that you really enjoyed Iron Man.
Well, and okay, this is also very interesting to me that they wanted to give the superhero like a West Coast representation, because most Marvel superheroes are on the East Coast, like New York.
I did not know that.
Well, you're welcome. Because I was like, they kept bringing up that their studios, like that they built all the sets were in Playa Vista, and I'm like, oh, that's really close to here, you know. And I was like, that's interesting. And then they're like, well, first it started like filming in Hollywood, and then like in Beverly Hills at the Marvel Studios, and then they all just like, and then like the suit was built in Van Nuys, and so it was all like this West Coast,
and
California.
You're a Cali girl, so you really loved that, huh?
Yeah, that really like brought more interest in the movie.
So are we gonna watch? So now you want to watch in order now of all the Marvel movies? You know.
Well, I mean, next I'm definitely gonna watch Iron Man 2. Okay, that's probably next.
Okay, babe, I think we're done with Iron Man.
I'm not done. I have a whole list of other things I want to bring up.
It's been like we're out of time. We're out of time. You recapped the whole movie. You went into all the things. So pick a couple of things that you that you really enjoyed, because I'm just getting a sense that Rachel really enjoyed the movie. She recapped it. Those that have seen the movie, I don't know if you you know. I mean, we missed the whole fight scene, but that's fine.
Oh, I forgot to bring up the most important part.
What's that?
How many coffees and espressos did this guy drink during the movie? Because it was nonstop. It was like, that was Pepper.
That's what you noticed?
Pepper was basically a latte artist. She was
the love interest, and she was a barista.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of milk. Well, one time they actually showed the coffee, and it was just black coffee. Yeah. But I wonder if
he also had a green drink that one time. Remember?
Oh yeah, that was very important. that gave him energy.
So overall, how many woo woos would you give Iron Man?
Woo 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 woo.
Okay, that's a lot of woo woos. That's quite a bit of woo woos.
Well, it deserved it.
I understand.
It was great.
All right, y'all. This has been Riffin with the Griffins. Rachel's recap of Iron Man. If you haven't seen it, maybe go watch it and look at the things that she's talking about in it. But I'm glad you actually. It sounds like you really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and thank you for watching it with me.
Yeah.
That also made the experience like 50 times better.
Love it. So, guys, thanks for being here. Just make sure you subscribe, like, share. Hit me on Twitch, Erik Griffin Gaming. Check me out there. Check me out on Patreon, or if you want to be a member, you could be a subscriber on Twitch, a member on YouTube. Any which way you'd like to support the show, that's
you
the way.
can also follow me
You can follow Rachel at she's still Rachel
on Instagram,
Her-
on TikTok,
Okay, I'll put all your links below, babe. All your links will be below.
YouTube as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you. This
babe.
has been Rachel Griffin. I'm Erik Griffin. This has been Riffin with Griffin, and we will see you
Next
week.
time.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you too, man.